This week we journey to the pristine marshes of Georgia's Golden Isles to experience the magic of this area's year-round redfish. And we tackle a few sea trout and load Phil up for a final feast with the ultimate St. Simon's Island Chef Supreme.
We caught a ton. Phil's gonna eat well. It's not just gonna be nuggets, it's gonna be fillets.
Anglers and Appetites is coming right up. I do the catching, and Phil does the cooking.
I can be taught.
Well, sort of. From mountain streams to deep blue seas and everything in between.
Here we go. Hey!
You see, here's how it works. I love fishing, but I'm not the country's greatest angler, but I do know how to find the best, and oh yeah, they make me look good. Now Phil, the big guy, he's the appetite. He may not be the best chef, but he learns from the best and of course, eats from the best. And as you'll see, we don't waste our time. The Golden Isles are Georgia's gift to the rest of the eastern seaboard, and not just the angling visitors, but also the entire ecosystem that call these beautiful shores and back rivers home. You see, back in the 1970s, the state of Georgia established the Coastal Marshlands Protection Act, protecting these estuaries. However, visitors like me are welcome to come and play the waters, and lucky for Phil, there's also plenty in here to eat.
Perfectly ready to eat.
We heard the Golden Isles offered inshore fishing year-round, so it was time to put it to the test. And for that, we went to one of the area's best, a favorite of visitors and the experienced locals, Captain Scott Owens.
It's home. I've been here a long time, moved here in '89. People hire us to learn and for our experience. We're not necessarily known for the cooler fillers. We're known for, being professionals at what we do, and we take pride in it. We love what we do.
Captain Scott's charter partner on the water is Captain Rob Aldridge, who also takes folks out for deep water excursions.
We've got blue water fishing, marlin, mahi, a lot of blackfin tuna, a lot of big wahoo out there. Just a smorgasbord of fish out there to catch, and it's a year-round thing, just like inshore.
On this adventure, we stayed close to home. And in the Golden Isles, that's a good thing because the scenery is amazing. From the spectacular offerings Mother Nature has to offer, to the historic hotels and getaways like the King and Prince Beach and Golf Resort on St. Simon's and the historic Jekyll Island Club Hotel. In fact, the Jekyll Island Club was actually a vacation destination for the men that shaped America into the financial giant it is today. Imagine the likes of J.P. Morgan, John D. Rockefeller, and Andrew Carnegie cruising these same back rivers and marshes, hooking redfish and trout just like us. But you see, I acquired a fishing advantage that even these guys couldn't buy, simply because he hadn't been born, the fish-finding genius of Captain Scott.
So what we're fishing with today is live shrimp. Okay. You see the chartreuse on the tail of the shrimp?
Yeah.
And that's a white shrimp, but that's gonna be bait today.
Man, I could eat this right now. Phil's gonna be disappointed that we're actually using this as bait.
Well, we'll feed him later.
Yeah, okay, all right.
What you want to do, see his horn?
Yeah.
It sticks out right there. You see all these organs in here? You don't want to go through the organs, but if you look right there, in front of that horn, see that little clear spot?
Yep, right in front of the
You're
horn.
real gentle underneath that horn. He'll stay alive on there when you're hooked.
Nice. I don't want to kill you. I want something else to kill
Back
you.
there wiggling around a little bit.
Gotcha.
There you go. Just know that Rob's under you. You hook a fish, he's gonna walk up here, go under me and under you, and you'll bring your fish in.
There's no way I'll remember that.
That's okay, we will. We got it.
My mind goes blank when I get one on the line sometimes, so I'm getting better at it.
Mine goes blank generally when I hit the key on the motor and have to start, working for a living.
That's right. There we go. Nice. Getting in the grass. Yeah, he's
Nice trout, Mike.
there we go.
Nice work.
Thank you. You're finding the place. Oh, nice.
Yes, sir, that's dinner.
All right, tell me about them.
Well, where there's one, there should be more, but we're looking at, this is a speckled trout. They're also referred to as yellowmouth trout for obvious reasons. You don't want to lip them like a largemouth. There's some teeth in there.
Yeah, big snaggle tooth
Yeah,
there.
and on the bottom. But that's great eating. So let's get back to fishing.
You got
A
it.
few of these.
Scott, now you cast it. I caught it, so we're going to split that one.
That's fine.
I'll take 2/3.
All right. Oh, 2/3.
All right, yeah.
That's a nice fish, real nice fish.
Nice. Look at that, Rob.
Big, man, they are fat right now. I mean, I can't even get near half around that fish. So the reason why I was telling you want to pull on them so hard is you see that hole in his cheek that we just put?
Yeah, yeah.
See how that thing gets, and that hook will just fall out if you don't keep tight on it.
Got
but
it,
if you
got
pull
it.
too hard, and since we're taking these guys home for dinner, we'll demonstrate. If you pull too hard,
Right,
just
like
pops
that.
right off. There's not
Got
much
it.
there. Not much there.
keep it good.
Let's get him in the cooler, get you guys a shrimp, and let's get this.
Got him. Yeah. Bill needs to get himself out here and catch his own fish. But I'm having too much fun doing it.
There we go. We got a fish on. Yeah, yellowtail bass fish.
All right, you've caught 1.5, man.
You mean you're not going to take credit for that one?
All right, so what I just learned, I thought my shrimp was still good, but as you can see, all these legs are gone, except for the front two, and you said the trout are looking for a full dinner.
Yeah, they want a full dinner. They're like Phil. They like to eat.
Yeah, sure.
So when half the meal's gone, they don't want anything to do with it. But see, they ate his tail off, they ate all his legs. They start with the legs, so then the shrimp can't get away from them, and then they start picking the tail, the eyeballs. So it's a rough way to go.
Some cruel fish. It's good. Let's see what Phil's talking about.
Nice work, Rob.
You are becoming Phil's best friend here. All right, netting counts as a third.
Here we go.
Nice, look at that. You've been on it.
Go, Mr. Phil.
Aren't you glad we brought Rob along?
Here in Georgia, they've got to be 13 inches to keep, and that's about probably about a 14-inch trout. About perfect for eating. See, boys, don't count me out yet.
I wouldn't.
I'm making a little late run come back here.
They're all good size here. That's what I'm liking.
Real nice fish. Another good speckled trout. It's going to be dinner.
Keep them coming. I know those guys say that these don't count, but I'm counting them. Because it's fun. Trout are more fun. We're catching more trout, but I'm counting them. That's 20.
So, we've got some trout for Phil.
Yeah, we do.
And us. I think we got enough for everybody.
Thank goodness.
And, I don't know, you want to go catch some redfish?
I'd love to catch redfish.
We'll see what we can't do on some redfish on Jekyll Island.
Let's do it.
All right, man, let's
Keep
go.
it up.
Now, before we got to the redfish hotspots, the captains and I decided to hustle back to St. Simon's to deliver the trout to Phil so they could get started. Enter the culinary craft master of 2 premier St. Simon's restaurants, Halyards and Tremici chef, Dave Snyder.
Caught that one, caught that one, have caught that here.
What the?
Uh-huh.
No way.
Oh yeah.
You?
Well, I had some help.
I am not buying it.
I mean,
I might not have caught that one, but I did catch that.
you and I can do this. We got this, Phil.
All right, fine.
All right.
That whole story Dave told us.
Oh, catching all that fish?
Yeah, I ran into like the 2 captains. They were
Right.
like, seriously? I'm like, okay, but it's David's story, man.
Well, they know their stuff. And I tell you what, you come to Golden Mouse, we'll put you on some fish.
I understand that. And speaking of fish, what do we got? We're going to be working with the sea trout tonight, right?
Yeah, we've got the spotted sea trout. One of our favorite fish around here inshore. It's fun to catch. You can get them year round. They're just a whole lot of fun to go out there and find. You can get sea trout just about any time of the year. It's a really fun fish to find in all the creeks and all the rivers all the way around the Golden Mouse.
Now, is this an average size for sea trout? Do they get bigger or smaller?
Without giving Dave credit, this is
Yeah.
actually a pretty good sized trout for us. Most of them we catch are about 15, 16 inches. So this one's a little bit bigger than that.
All right, Dave, I just want you to know you just got a shout out and some props because you did well today. Although I know it was the 2 captains that got you over. We're not going to go there. You're doing a lot of slicing and dicing. What are we going to do with this?
We're going to do a couple different things that we've done before. We're going to actually stuff the fish with some aromatics. We've got some onions, some lemons, some thyme, some garlic. We just open up that cavity, fill it with this. We're going to put it in a hot pan and stick in the oven over at Tremici, our restaurant. And that oven is going to just cook it, and it's going to be absolutely delicious coming out of a 700-degree oven.
Why do we go that high?
The outside's going to get caramelized and a nice little crust on it, and the inside is going to be just absolutely moist and tender.
And this is something that anybody at home can do, right?
You can do that at home. Maybe your oven's not 600 or 700 degrees.
So what do I do then?
You come to Tremici.
Oh, that's one way to get you down here, folks.
When you're accompanying the trout, you want light flavors. You don't want anything too strong. Cheeses are probably too strong. A lot of vegetables, light flavors with the sea trout.
What are some of the other spices, herbs, and stuff you can do with fish?
Well, especially with trout. Trout's a really mild fish, so you want to take it pretty easy. It doesn't need anything too strong. That's why we're putting some of the, in this case, some of the aromatics on the inside of it. But lemon goes really well with it, like a lot of fish. I think down here in the South, we like to use a lot of lime as well. It's a little bit more of a Caribbean feel, but why not? I mean, we're an island.
Well, that is true, and I am feeling like I say, oh, do it in the island like the man do. Okay, that's a whole nother story. All right, I'm fine with that. All right, well, we're gonna let David continue to do his thing, and I'm gonna marvel at how he's actually making this work, because I'm only concerned about one thing, and that's feeding my face. That's right, baby. Big Phil just does it one way and one way only.
There's a place on the Georgia coast where you don't need wings to soar, you don't need wheels to drive, and you don't need roads for a Sunday stroll. All you need is your sense of adventure. The Golden Isles, so close by, yet worlds away.
If you're out on the water all day like I am, you want to not only look good, you want to feel good. That's when I ran into the guys from Piscataware. What they did is they got together with some of the best guides from all around the country, the guys who fish all day, what's necessary on a shirt, what's not, the little hooks and dangles, they don't need them, so they're not on here. Piscataware is good for me, I'm loving it, I'm wearing it out there. Had this on all day, I still feel great. You'll like it too.
We've got a great tip for you today on cooking some whole fish at home. When you go out there and you catch a nice small 1.5, 2 pound bass or a small vermilion snapper, the best way to cook that is cook it whole. Cook it on the bone. It's the best way you're going to enjoy it. Get rid of those scales, cut it open, get rid of the innards, and get it nice and clean. Then what you want to do is add some onion. Chop up a little bit of Vidalia onion, a little bit of lemon, some chopped up thyme, and stuff it in the cavity of the fish. And all those flavors are going to end up in your meat. Then what you do is put a nice hot pan of olive oil, sear the fish lightly on one side for about 2 minutes over medium-high heat until it gets nice and brown and you hear it crackling in the grease. Then you flip it over to the second side, cook on that side for about 2 minutes, then put it into a 350-degree oven. Now depending on the size of the fish, it could only take 2 or 3 more minutes in the oven. It may take up to 7 or 8 more minutes. And what you're going to find is a very succulent, moist flesh. You're going to absolutely love it. Try roasting the fish whole.
Fish are kind of on the move right now. Fish are cold-blooded, so
yeah,
when it gets cold out, they don't have to eat as much. You know, their metabolism, everything runs slower. Unlike us, you know, we're gonna eat. The colder it gets, the more I eat.
Right, yeah. Oh yeah, I ate a lot.
Looks like Phil eats a lot.
I mean, whatever he leaves, I eat, you know? He ate the whole calzone at Tremici's last night.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
And appetizers.
That's impressive.
And dessert.
And dessert.
Yeah, and bread.
You know, right here in coastal Georgia, the Golden Isles, Jekyll, St. Simons, the mainland Brunswick, I mean, it's a year-round fishery. I mean, we are catching fish like this here year-round.
From trout to the redfish, also known as red drum, channel bass, spot-tail bass, or simply the reds, it's a fish with many identities, but most anglers agree they are simply a blast on a bent rod. Anglers flock from all parts of the country to give these low-country gamers a shot. If Phil doesn't eat them,
oh, that smells so good.
Believe it or not, red can live up to 60 years. Yes, they are good eating, but the magic of the reds is the catch itself.
Trout start reproducing at a very young age. I know that an 8-inch trout is already spawning. Most people don't realize that these redfish, they've never reproduced. Most redfish don't start reproducing until they're about 5 to 6 years old. And that's a pretty big redfish. I mean, those fish are 13 to 15 pounds at 5 years old. What we're doing is we're throwing over at these tree roots, which provide a lot of structure, and then we're just, golly, man, right there. Bouncing it along on the bottom here. There's a lot of shells, structure for those trees. And these little puppy drum are hanging around these shells and these trees. And you'll catch 30 or 40 of them, you know, when they're this size, because they're juveniles. But these little guys are eager. They're growing about 1 inch a month. And so, you know, they're hungry. They're eating a lot.
Okay, I'm telling you, I'm getting a little nervous because
Yeah, you better
Davis.
behave.
Why? What are you?
Because I said so.
What are we about to do? I'm getting nervous around you all the time, man. This guy, hey, you know what? You gotta love him for who he is, not for what he wants to do.
Just
all
be hungry.
Look, I understand Golden Isles, for one, is a great place to come. Why? Because I like to eat, and there's a lot of seafood around here, and I see a lot of food right here. Let's talk about the different species that you can catch down here.
It's a great estuary. We've got so many rivers and streams and the big tides. It brings a lot of different species. I know we've talked about trout a lot, but there's so many other reasons to come to the Golden Isles and fish.
What are you doing with this fish?
This is a flounder that we catch here again year-round. You come in May and April and you can catch some doormats out there. But what we're going to do is we've scored it, we're going to flour it, and we're going to deep fry it. And everyone's got to fight for it because this is going to be really good.
Okay, well, we're going to deep fry that, and you know what? If I had 2 pieces of bread, I could actually make that work.
You could, but again, we're going to have to fight for it.
Oh, fine, okay. And what do we have here?
This is one of our most popular species at halyards and Tremici. This is grouper. And one of the things, especially in the summertime, when a lot of other species come to the Golden Isles, you can go out there, fish all day long and catch grouper. We've got multiple varieties of snapper. We've got mangrove snapper, Vermilion snapper, American reds are out there. We've got 4 or 5 different kinds of groupers. We've got amberjack, we've got African pompano, cobia, Spanish mackerel. I mean, it's all here and it's all ready to fish.
And I mean, all I got to do is just come down, sit down, order something, and I can be sitting here with all this fresh, cooked, local fish.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at that. Look at that flesh. Isn't that absolutely beautiful?
How thick that is, man.
I know. It's absolutely gorgeous. And grouper is so wonderfully prepared so many different ways. At Tremici, we do it in the oven. Here, we saute it. Sometimes we put a nice cashew crust on it. I mean, just so versatile. Just a wonderful, wonderful fish.
Now, what can I actually do if I'm trying to get my little side items to go along with my grouper? What would I actually be looking at?
Well, you got to eat healthy, right? I mean, you should.
You got to eat healthy.
You should. You don't have to, but I mean, you're in the South. You got to get some grits. Fish and grits, are you kidding me? Is there anything better?
Oh,
I'll tell you what we're going to have for supper tonight?
What?
I actually have some local field pea succotash. 3 different kinds of field peas from Brantley County and Glenville that we cook over here in some chicken broth with some lima beans. It's really good.
So we're trying to keep it all local.
Of course.
But we also talking about eating healthy. And I'm all about eating healthy. I can probably get 2 of those, probably a half of one of these.
4 of those?
Yeah.
And if you eat it all, I'll buy you dessert.
No.
I really will.
From spot to spot, we kept finding good spots for reds until we reached the motherland. And in this particular location, Captain Scott asked us not to shoot much of the background in order to keep this Golden Isles gem a secret. Behold the Redfish Roundup.
Once we caught the first 10 trout, I knew Phil would not be upset with me when I got back, so I was feeling good there. What Phil didn't get to experience was the redfish. That is something I wasn't expecting at all.
Hit the right place at the right time.
You got to experience secret spots that aren't fished a lot.
Beauty.
We got you working now, don't we?
There we go.
Oh, got another.
Yep. This does not happen often. I've got myself one. Woo. Nice colors.
Say mine's bigger.
It is.
Throw it back before you guys can see it. So.
Check them out.
Oh, look at the spots. You got a spot.
Woo. Got a spotter. 1, 2, 3 on that side. 1, 2 on there. All right, guys, I'm part of the game again. These are fun to catch. Look at that.
They are fun, aren't they?
Beautiful Georgia sun hitting it.
You know, talking about that, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, that is probably what 90% of clients come to Georgia to catch are redfish, and they're very valuable to our economy. We just got game fish status back in March for them, which means they can no longer commercial harvest them here, and they're responsible for a few $100 million a year in revenue to the coast of Georgia.
All right, Phil, you don't get this one. This one is for the sea. All right, we're gonna keep this coming.
Just a really, really pretty fish. When they're this size, they're referred to as puppy drum most of the time. We like to just call them redfish. That's what they are. They deserve a, fish that fights that hard at that size deserves some respect, They're a great fish, really good fish. And this is, like I say, this is a year-round thing in coastal Georgia. Really good in the fall and winter.
There we go.
Ladder got another fish on.
Man, bring it over there. We'll get all 3.
Yeah. You can get that rock.
Oh! Sorry. Man.
Nice right there. It's good.
There we go. Bring it on. I'm loving this. All right, here's how good it is in the Golden Isles catching redfish. No editing. Cast it.
Do me a favor. Catch a fish.
And I shall. wait not too long, because eventually the red will strike. He's going, and I got him. That's how it goes, folks.
Let's hit it.
We don't mess around here. I'll do it again and again. Oh, mine was first. Oh, nice. You know, we should be at dinner right now, but this is just too much fun.
Phil's gonna have to wait.
Phil and Dave are gonna have to wait. Cheers. Woo! There we go.
And you know, the bad part is,
Hey, the restaurant's open for a while.
we got the groceries Phil's eating, so he's gotta wait.
Okay, he's chowing down on appetizers.
All right, guys.
Oh yeah, I can't stop.
Oh, look at
Here, look at here, look at here. Oh, let's get it.
Nice one.
Hey, look, I think mine's bigger this time, guys. Finally.
You're fishing my rod.
So we're kind, we return him to the sea. Phil's gonna be eating trout. These taste good though. Here we go.
Oh,
come on.
Got a hit. Oh,
there we go. That didn't take long.
It's the host of the show. Not even letting the generous guides catch the fish out here.
Oh, I'm liking this.
And good for you, man.
This is my best one yet. Thanks, guys, for letting me have that one.
No worries. I'm gonna make one more cast.
Yeah.
I believe there's another one probably over there.
Oh man.
You get a big fish on there.
Yes, I do.
There you go.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Look at that, man.
Woo!
Nice work.
Get a good shot, because Phil's not gonna believe this.
24 and a half.
Nice. And this is how we measure fish in my world. 25, 26, 27. There we go.
And you gotta pinch his tail.
Yeah. That's a Golden Isles red right there, fellas. Oh, I don't want to let him go. No, but I gotta let him go. I gotta let him go. Whew. He was ready.
Imagine if you could take a vacation where you didn't have to choose one adventure, where the simple choice of crossing a bridge or taking a boat would open the door to a whole new world of adventures, each and every day. That vacation exists. The Golden Isles, one destination, a whole world of adventure.
If you're out on the water all day like I am, you want to not only look good, you want to feel good. That's when I ran into the guys from Piscataware. What they did is they got together with some of the best guides from all around the country, the guys who fish all day. What's necessary on a shirt, what's not, the little hooks and dangles, they don't need them, so they're not on here. Piscataware is good for me. I'm loving it. I'm wearing it out there. Had this on all day, I still feel great. You'll like it too.
Golden Isles with Captain Scott and Rob. I think we can go eat with Phil. Nah, let's keep fishing.
Meanwhile, back at Tremici's.
The trout we stuffed earlier?
That's what we worked on.
Exactly.
That was my whole handiwork.
You did that? I'm pretty sure I did that.
Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, let's rewind and see what happened.
All right.
But we stuffed it with that lemon and that thyme, and we're gonna put it with a little bit of delicious risotto that the guys at Tremici made.
Oh, that smells so good.
And that whole roast fish, it's absolutely delicious. And when you cook it whole like this, the inside is purely protected, and it stays absolutely moist, it doesn't dry out.
All right, now, I'm always talking about being over a hot stove, but Dave,
That's
you
right.
really got me over a hot stove right now.
Dude, look at that. How about that?
Whoa, what are we doing?
We got some local clams. These are caught just north of Little St. Simon's Island, which is part of the Golden Isles. It's on the northern border of it.
Hold up. There's a part of the islands we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, Little St. Simon's Island. It's a great nature preserve just north of St. Simon. It's accessible only by boat. And you can go fishing up there, you can go hiking, you can go to Great Beach, and we get these clams just north of Little St. Simon.
So Dave, how long do we let these clams sit on this heat?
We've got the clams here. We're going to add a little bit of garlic. We're going to steam it and a little bit of white wine. We're just going to do a clam and linguine here at Chimichi. It's one of our more popular dishes because of the local seafood. But this restaurant's great for pizzas and pastas. It's a great place to bring the family when your family's in town.
Now, what is it, by putting the wine that you put in there?
A little bit of white wine. They're going to steam open, and then we're going to add a little bit of spinach. We've got some house-made bacon that we make, and we're going to add the linguine and some red pepper flakes, give it a little spice.
House-made bacon.
Oh, yeah.
I get some eggs to go with that, too?
We don't do breakfast. If you show up for breakfast, you're going to be hungry. Because I'm fishing in the morning. That's why we live here. It's a great place to fish in the morning or go play golf in the morning, go play tennis, and then you go to work.
Okay, A&A family now, you ought to get excited about it. If you haven't visited the Golden Isles, you got to come. And Big Phil's going to tell you, the food is and that's all I'm going to leave you with. I wish you could smell it, but you can't.
Yeah, you want to get that caramelization on it?
And on this particular occasion, Phil decided there was enough food to let Chef Dave share with some lucky visitors of Halyards.
Dave, all this looks fantastic, man. Your guys did a great job.
They did. The guys here at the restaurant.
Hey, all my boys tonight. Way to go, way to go.
All right.
All right, look here. You think the folks mind if I serve with you?
Heck no, that's what it's all about.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take it out there and they're going to have a good time.
I'm taking the flounder.
Yeah, but you can't eat it.
I'm taking the flounder.
But you can't eat it, right?
Fine, let's go.
We've been over this before.
I know it.
We got to do this every time. Every show we do this, Phil.
I don't know why he think I'm going to follow him. I'm going straight to my car. I actually got to give it to him?
You have to give it away, Phil. You can't eat it, so.
All right, I'm going to give that to you. I'm about to tell you how this tastes. Go ahead.
It's really good. Let's see. Do you like it?
Terrible.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Just
disgusting. It's disgusting. You know what? I'm going to take it back. Yeah. All right, I'll leave it, man.
Well, enjoy it. I hope you love everything. And Dave went out there and caught all this fish today, so y'all going to have a good time with it.
You guys look like y'all are hungry, man. Go for it, okay?
Let them be.
I am. I'm coming back and see you in a little bit, but we'll talk about this later, okay?